Hello everyone and welcome to this series of Onshape tutorials. In this series, I will be showing you ways to use Onshape and giving you rundowns on different tools in Onshape to help you with your 3D modeling journey. This series will be primarily focused on using Onshape in means of a FRC team, so there will be many tools on here that will not be showcased as they will not be used for a FRC team. If you're wanting to learn how to use those tools, I would recommend just messing around and figuring out how to do it yourself. Other than that, I will be giving you many different tutorials throughout this series on how to use many different tools in Onshape. Hope you enjoy. Hello, and welcome to part 8 in this Onshape tutorial series. Today, we're going to be looking at how to use an application called Kiri Moto. So just like with MKCAD, you're going to have to go to the App Store, look up Kiri Moto, and install it and go through their process. But once installed, you come down here, and this little applications thing, this one right here, Kiri Moto. So this one is used for connecting with CNC. So what you have to do is first you have to go up to your mode. We use CMC. You can connect it with other type of manufacturing processes like FDM or SLA, but we use it for CNC. And so now what you do is you have to do some setup stuff over here, like what machine you're using. For our robotics team, we use this specific one here. Actually, we use 1000mm one. And then you have to set up your profile, which is basically just this stuff here. And the way we like to do ours is we have drill first, where it'll drill any sort of like bolt holes you have. Then an outline on the inside, which allows this inside only to drill like bearing holes or openings in your piece. And then an outline outside so that then it drills the outer part of it. And it will kind of just follow and go down this operations list until it's finished with your part. So what we're going to do is we're going to import a part. So what you want to do is you want to do files, import, and then let's grab the one from advanced sketching. Now it's been put in here, so we're going to hit this little button here to choose a face, click this, and now it's flat down here. So what's going to happen is if I tell it to slice this model, you'll see how it kind of has given me this outer edge outline and this inner hole here, but not these little bolt holes that are 1/8 of an inch. The reason for that is because they've done an update where you have to go to the drill area and hit select matching diameter. And now that it has those holes in it, now when you slice it, it has those holes programmed in. So now if we hit preview, it'll show you kind of the tool path that your CNC drill will take. And so now basically what it's telling you is that it will go get these holes, get this, and then we'll do this. And if you want to see that, you can either drag this and see it go through things, or you can tell it to go to the little animate section, and then you can kind of just watch it do it, like this. And you can see kind of exactly how it would go about cutting it all out. And as you see, this is kind of how you get your CNC stuff set up, at least for us, how we get our CNC stuff directly sent out from Onshape. And so now you see it'll kind of like finish setting and cutting this part. Now this of course isn't actually cutting, this is just running a simulation to show you. And as you see now, boom, look at that, pieces cut out. Now something you do want to definitely do with this is these settings over here. This stuff, a lot of it doesn't matter a whole lot, but something you definitely want is this, your Z through. Because basically if you have this set to 0, then right when your CNC has gone down the depth of your piece, it will stop cutting. But you might not align your CNC up perfectly, so you want to have a bit of tolerance, and telling it to do a 0.075 inch Z-through means, like, since this part is half an inch, once that drill bit goes half an inch down, it will go an extra 0.075 inches further down, just make sure it cuts through everything. And so you want to make sure that you have that set up to make sure that even if you're not perfectly aligned, and you're maybe slightly off, that it'll still get all the way through your piece. Because having to recut pieces just because it didn't go through or trying to get them out is a huge pain. You don't want to deal with it. Another thing is the reason that you would make your bolt holes 1/8 of an inch is you actually just make them whatever size your drill bit is, because then it can go straight down instead of having to do a bunch of little circles. So it saves you a bunch of time. Only thing is, since this new update, it doesn't like to go all the way through whenever you make a bolt hole. It doesn't like to necessarily cut all the way through, so you might have to re-drill out your bolt holes. But seeing as they're 1/8 of an inch and bolts are 3/16, you're gonna have to re-drill it out anyways, so that's not a big problem. But yeah, so once you have your part done, you're just gonna hit this little export button here. It'll give you this little pop-up, and you want to hit G-code. Then you just want to name it whatever the part is, something you remember, and you'll just hit G-code. It'll download it to your computer, and then you'll put it into whatever software you're using to run your CNC machine. But this was a real quick tutorial on how to use Kiri Moto and how to get your models from MKCAD and from Onshape and from anywhere else you might have it into your CNC. Hope you enjoyed.